into session. I'm going to ask Pastor Shane Britt to say the prayer, and then I'm going to ask Dr. Mark Huntsman to lead us in the pledge.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for this day that you've given us. We thank you for your blessings over this community. God, we ask that you would grant wisdom as we make decisions for the citizens of Scottsville and Allen County. May you give each council member, the mayor, and the staff knowledge and wisdom and insight. Lord, we thank you for, most of all, for the life, death, burial, and resurrection of your Son, Jesus Christ, that grants us eternal life for whosoever would call upon your name. May you bless us and keep us, cause your face to shine down upon us, lift your countenance upon us, and give us your peace, Lord, both now and forevermore. It's in Christ Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Mark. I'll call the meeting to order. Scottsville City Council, regular session. We'll do a roll call. Franklin?
Here.
Beverly's out. Mark?
Here.
Heather?
Here.
Shane?
Here.
And Michael?
Here.
Okay, so we got a quorum. We can conduct business. Everyone had a chance to look at the agenda for today's meeting? If so, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All right, moving on. Minutes, July 13th, 2026, regular session. Any corrections or additions to those minutes? If not, entertain a motion to approve those minutes for the July 13th, 2026 regular session.
I so move.
Second?
Yes, sir.
All in favor? All right. Okay, so we're going to change up the agenda just a little bit. Shane has got some things he wants to talk about, and it was kind of a last-minute thing he found out. So I'm going to go ahead and let him take the floor, conduct your business, then you can take off. If you want to take a table, or you can do a microphone. But I think, why don't you just go to the table? You look prettier at the table, and the camera can see you better. How's that? Maybe? I don't know. Your fans, you got followers. Come on. Okay.
Real quick, I don't want to take y'all's time this morning, but the Scottsville Allen County Faith Coalition has been working with the Elizabeth Turner Campbell Foundation over the past few months on a project together. There's a piece of land that you guys hold along with the county. I think that it's actually in the name of the Scottsville Allen County Public Land Corporation. The mayor is one of those members of that. Dennis Harper is a member, and then Wendell Spears. So the county has two members of that, and then the city holds one. There's a spot of land right, if you know where the recycling trailers are sitting on Wood Street, as you turn into Rob Klein Way. It's gonna be 2.987 acres, and I've got the legal description if you want to look at this in a few minutes. But there's a piece of property there that we're asking that you guys, along with the county, donate to the Scottsville Allen County Faith Coalition. They're going to construct a building there. No warming center, no homeless shelter, but we're going to do Feeding Faith out of it every Monday night. The homemakers are going to utilize it. Different community partners are going to utilize it. In the back of that building, we're going to do food distribution in case we have to take up money for food boxes. And in the middle of that building, it's going to be used to do warm meals. It's going to be a 70 feet wide, 100 feet long building. We're not asking for money. This project has been fully funded by the Elizabeth Turner Campbell Foundation. Eventually, they're going to name this after her. They want her name on this building. It's going to kind of mimic the way the buildings look at the Center for Courageous Kids, with the white exterior with the blue roof. We need you guys to vote, hopefully, to donate that 2.987 or so acres that joins Wood Street and Rob Klein Way over to the Scottsville Allen County Faith Coalition. We'll be the owners of that, and we're creating I guess you would say, kind of a working description of what that building's gonna be used for in partnership with the foundation for long-term use.
Well, it's gonna put a lot of stuff under one roof. It's
Right.
gonna be accessible, and I don't know what the hours will be. I know you might be even do a little bit of, maybe even have some transit there because of where it's at, as far as transportation. Is it gonna have a commercial kitchen?
It's gonna have a commercial kitchen. It's gonna have a really nice commercial kitchen in it. The actual acreage is 2.978 acres. And so Matt Sewell and Sewell has already kind of designed this project out. They've already got the legal description design there. We've got a layout of the floor plan and kind of an exterior rendering of what that building's anticipated to look like when we get finished. Now, some of that, we don't have a full set of blueprints yet. We just kind of got the go order from the foundation. If we keep our fingers crossed, maybe we'll start moving dirt before this fall if we can get this moving.
So what are some of the questions y'all might have for this? Now, I think initially there was concern about it being a homeless shelter.
Yeah, and we're going to have an access. Another thing that I work kind of with the first responders on, we're going to have an access to. You're going to be able to access that building from Rob Klein Way, but we're also going to create an access off of Wood Street on the lower end of that in order to access that building. That way, in case of a helicopter landing and in case of an emergency situation, you can still shut down Rob Klein Way. We still have access in and out of that building. We won't be interfering with any kind of emergencies. I know that don't happen very often, but we just kind of wanted to mitigate any situation that would slow down emergency first responders coming in and out of that, just in case.
I don't see any downside to this, do you?
Fully funded project. Judge and we'd already talked about it a little bit, it's the convenience, it's the location, and, like I said, it's been fully funded by the foundation. And, I think it's a good project. I think it gives a home base. You've got all the other things going on, and I don't know, and I assume that it could grow to even involve it anymore because you're gonna have that facility. And I think, from the start, as you move through, because there's a lot of, people trying to help, with the feeding and that different things, a lot of church stuff. This will give a base of operation, I think, just because it gives somebody a reference where you can go there anytime. If you're looking for a place, or whatever, or something to eat, that you pretty well guarantee this place will be the place to provide those meals.
Is it gonna be staffed?
Probably so. I think there's some pressure from them for me to move my office there during the day instead of it being up here. I don't have to, but I'm going to send there'll be somebody down there. Yeah.
I think it's
I think
great.
that's the
me or
key.
somebody else.
Like I said, it's hard. Sometimes it's rare to get a fully funded multi-million-dollar building, literally.
Well, there's been a lot of planning and it's gone into this over the last couple of months, but not only just the Faith Coalition and the foundation, but several other community organizations and churches that are involved in this project. It's excellent. I don't know if she allowed you to tell the amount, but it's a $2 million investment on
Right.
behalf of.
Well, I think it puts all those different factions together.
Sure it does.
And I think,
It's gonna have ample room, it's gonna have room for growth. This thing's gonna seat nearly 300 people pretty comfortably, along with, that commercial kitchen, and they're still planning that. There's gonna be plenty of room up there for parking and traffic.
I think it's going to
flow.
be safer. The Washington Center has worked well, but it's chaotic. It's,
Yes, and the thing about the Washington Center, and so it's gone from a public building to a private building, and so things, we have to continuously change kind of the way we do some of the things that we do, and some, we have to kind of watch the people that are there. Now, we have to be very careful. We just don't want things happening to their building. They're still allowing us to use that
Sure.
for free, and so now, instead of one group handling Feeding Faith, you have 6 different churches. So each week you have a different church there, and they have a different set of things that they do. And so there's just a lot of moving parts now being to a privately owned building. And of course, it's not just for Feeding Faith. This building's gonna be used for several other community outreach uses.
They already partner with several organizations
Sure.
in the county. They give quite a
Oh,
bit,
yeah.
for food, especially for food services, to provide food. And they brought all those, partners to the table early in this project. And in the back of that building that does food storage, there's gonna be 5 separate, key-coded, lockable areas where the partners can come and, let's say, let's just say the homemakers need more acres in the senior food program, they're gonna have their own space there where they'll be able to access. It's gonna be able to be locked. This is also gonna have, when I say a commercial kitchen, this is gonna have a walk-in cooler and a walk-in freezer. We're gonna be able, the way this works now, people shop on Saturday to cook on Monday, and then they cook it off-site, and then they bring it in, because we don't have any place to store anything. We fed approximately 100 people in 45 minutes last Monday night, and we were handing lasagna boxes out the door Sunday after church, not this past Sunday,
Yeah.
but a week ago Sunday. Some of the women handing them lasagna boxes. You cook these two, and you cook these two, and you cook these two, and then you have to clean that up. And I'm appreciative of them letting us use that washing center. But we store things in the basement. We move it up for that event. There's no kitchen. There's no place to cook it there. We can keep it warm. Then we have to take it all back down. We got to make sure that building is in good shape when we leave it. This is just going to be so much better, not just for us and the churches. There's about 5 churches that partner with us to do the Feeding Faith, in addition to the other community partners having access to this building to do the kind of work that we've been doing for a long time. So, just to make a long story short, this started with kind of a conversation with them. And then a couple of weeks ago, I met with the full board. They only meet in person, I think, once a year. And they're excited. They're super excited about this project. They're super excited about extending Miss Betty's name on this building as part of her long-term legacy in Scottsville and Allen County, and her desire to make a difference here. And then when we left the meeting, they all wanted to come to Wood Street, so we all stood there on the right there at those recycling trailers, and they could see where this is going to take place. So I think it's a great opportunity, and it's a great partnership.
Is the use limited, Shane, or can it be rented?
It's going to be limited. It's going to be limited.
Okay.
They don't want it to be used for just everything. Now, there's going to be some issues, and we're going to kind of design that as we go through the process. But they want to do that kind of to protect us as well, to not put us in a position of having to rent that building out for wedding venues and
I think that's good.
You know what I'm saying.
I think
They're not gonna need the
They
cash
want-
flow,
They desire it to be used for the intended purpose,
and that's why they're gonna fund it.
and that's why they're going to fund
So
it.
they, and I think it's, but also it gives folks that use those services a guaranteed place.
And
Yeah.
Dana really wanted to be here this morning, but she
Yeah.
had a dental surgery
Yeah.
that she had scheduled, and she said just go ahead and take care of it. But that she would want me to tell you they're excited about this project. And
Any more discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the sale of that 2 acre, whatever, 2.7, okay.
I so moved, Mayor.
I'll
Second.
second.
All right, all in favor? All right, okay, good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, all right. Okay, so let's move down to action items. You can take off if you want to, you don't have to say.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay. First reading of the ordinance number 912-26, the city of Scottsville ad valorem tax rate for 2026. Lauren, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So it's time to discuss our tax rate again. Last year, our property tax rate was .214. This year, it has lowered to .208. So the first document that you have in your packet is the ordinance itself. The second document that's in there is the table that we use to calculate that, which is provided by Department for Local Government. If you can see at the top where it's highlighted in green, that .214 is where it shows last year's rate. if you go down to that next section where it says compensating rate for 2026, that .202 is what the compensating rate is for this year. However, if you go down to the yellow table, if we were to take that number in red is what we would be losing in revenue. And of course, with property taxes, we never want to lose money. We want to stay the same or increase. So just like last year, if you all recall, we went with the substitute rate. This year would be the same way if you all didn't want to do the 4% increase. So if you go to, let's see here, just below that yellow table, under the bolded 745,323, there's another rate listed there, .208. That is the substitute rate that would allow us approximately the same revenue. I think it's about a $1,500 increase from last year. And then, of course, the rate at the bottom, the .216, that is the 4% increase. So we typically go with compensating or substitute rate in years past. That's why I did prepare the ordinance for the substitute rate of .208. And of course, that would be on a $100,000 bill, $208 for the resident.
Any questions, discussion? If not, any questions for Lauren, anything? I mean, we're basically, I guess, adopting the same process.
It's good, it's just good to be able to say that, our tax rate has gone down, right?
Yes.
I mean, we're saving the citizens a little bit of money and.
But not losing
and we
the
still
revenue on
maintain
the city side.
same revenue stream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance first reading of 912-26.
I move we approve. this
Second.
ordinance, Mayor.
Second.
Okay? All in favor? Okay, all right, unanimous. We'll do the second reading in a couple of weeks at the night meeting. Okay? All right, so that, city street resurfacing bid, they turned in Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Yes.
All right, so,
So this one, as the mayor said, we did our bid opening for this on Thursday. This is the annual street resurfacing that we do every year. It's titled the bituminous resurfacing. That just means city resurfacing is all that means. So every year we bid out our streets to have them prioritized and repaved. And this is the same thing that we've done every year. The only bid that was turned in was from Scotty's Contracting and Stone. And after reviewing that, the main ones, for example, I pulled last year's just so I could give you all a comparison. Last year, the surface in place was $99.55 per ton. This year, it's $101, so it's $1.45 difference. So, 101 per ton.
that's not bad with the price of oil, petroleum products. I mean, and especially being the only bidder.
And then as far as the rock that they would be providing, the most that we use, for example, 57s, last year they were $19, this year it's $19.75, 75-cent difference. 9s, last year was $21.35, this year it's $22.10. So there were some increases, but cents and dollars is really the maximum amount of that. So this would just be requesting your all's approval to accept that bid so that we can start that street resurfacing. And typically, we like to have it done by October each year. I know sometimes weather can play a factor in that, so it could extend further than that, but that's the deadline that we typically give to have that prioritized list completed.
Mayor, I so move.
Second?
Second.
Second, all in favor? All right, okay.
Too many boards.
Just a side note about that October date. Last year, it ran into some issues at Hinton Anderson with weather and different things. We had to do more driveway. I guess we tore up 3 driveways at least. And so anyway, it got kind of toward the end, and I think the quality of the servicing may have gone down because Derek actually suggested that we wait until the spring, and we did, and it worked out great. There were a few people that didn't seem happy about it, but actually, I think now that when you look at the quality of how it turned out, it really turned out a really good project. And I think, of course, Derek being in that business, that was his recommendation. So it worked out. So, I mean, so, you know, you shoot for it just weather, different things like that, but it turned out to be a good project, didn't it? So, okay. All right, so are we going, do I need to ask for, are we already done it? Okay, all right, okay. Okay, Captain Chad Foster is going to give the, police report for this month. Chief Wilson and Assistant Chief are helping the Corps out in a fundraiser today. I just hope they can keep it in the fairway.
That's a good way to put it.
You want to go ahead and go to the table? We got to be able to hear you. Yeah.
For the month of July, police department had 1,042 total call for services, 30 alarm calls, 17 welfare checks, 101 traffic stops, 15 motorist assist, 22 lockouts, 13 escorts, 19 non-injury accidents, 9 injury accidents, 11 attempt to serves, 12 attempt to locate, 12 theft reports, 13 domestic calls, 9 juvenile complaints, 1 mental health call, 4 alcohol-related calls, and 413 extra patrols, for a total of 1,042.
So what we'll do is I'll ask for a motion to approve his report, and then we'll let him give the dispatch report, and then he's going to introduce our new officer. I hear a motion to approve the monthly report of the Scottsville Police Department.
Yes, sir.
Second? All right. All in favor? All right, okay. So, you want to talk about dispatch or report?
Sure.
Yeah, it's usually when it's raining.
Dispatch report for the month of July for the Scottsville Police Department, we had, like I said, 1,042. The Sheriff's Department had 830, EMS 358, Fire was 33 for a total of 2263. I think last year in July it was 2343 for the whole month. 911 calls, we had 547, and cell phone 503, 92%.
Okay, all right. So, before we go to the treasurer's report, Chad, you want to introduce our new police officer?
We have a new officer starting with patrol. He's come from Bowling Green. He's had about 5 years' experience down there. His name is Hayden James. He'll be working patrol, maybe day shift, maybe night shift. We don't know yet. Maybe all the above.
Yeah. Do they still do that on Monday, Sunday nights? You know, you pick out out of the bowl?
Yeah,
pick
we
your
put it in a
shift?
hat
Yeah, okay.
now.
All
So,
right.
we've changed the schedule around a little bit, giving some guys some extra days off, maybe work a few more hours during the week. But they're getting like 3 days off, most of them.
The 8-hour shifts.
Huh?
The 8-hour shifts has been working fairly well.
8-hour shifts and some's
when
10s,
possible.
so.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Any questions? Chad is the captain of the Scottsville Police Department, and he's done an excellent job from the get-go of the new administration change. He's been involved very meticulously with Danny and James Dean, and he's been a big part of this, and he's done a great job. And I really appreciate his service.
Appreciate it.
And he's just a little too talkative for me. He just, you can't hardly get him up. No. Okay. All right. Thank you, Chad. Okay. Substitute Treasurer Lauren Cherry is going to read Evelina's report. She's hauling off her last girl to college today, so she'll be empty nesting tonight, I guess, right?
Yes, you may want your prayers. Okay, so for, according to your council report, the following invoices are pending. General Administration, $54,776.70. Police, $9,245.18. Street Department, $4,670.79. Dispatch, $167.96. Transit, $2,639.91. for a total of $71,500.54. Cemetery, $955.55. Did I say that right? $955.57. Water distribution, $11,564.68. Sewer department, $25,456.20. Sanitation, $1,761.58. Water treatment, $1,792.31, for a total of $40,574.77. And gas, $9,844.31.
And Evelina will be back if you have any questions about any of the expenses or revenue or so forth. I'll entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, all right. Okay, we're good, okay. One other note on the police department. We also have a new detective, Robert Smith. He started, I guess they both got sworn in on Friday morning. We have a crime investigative team now that composed of 2 city, 2 county, Bobby Hard and Wade Knox on the county side, and of course Ryan Dillon, who has been in the news quite a bit with the incident on Cottage Drive, and also Robert Smith. It brings 20 years plus experience from the Bowling Green Police Department as a detective. He's actually an FBI investigator, or an FBI, what is it?
National Academy graduate, I think.
I'm sorry?
He's a graduate
So-
of the FBI National Academy.
Okay, so they're
Leader-
going to
he's a
actually
leadership.
be working, that's what Josh and Tracy's been working on, is remodeling of the police department offices up there. They're actually going to have one office, all 4 of them in the same office, so it's very important, but we'll introduce that team maybe at the next meeting, or at least sometime in September. I want y'all to meet them, but Ryan Dillon has been, he and Wade have been basically heading this investigation of that 1-year-old murder there at Cottage Drive, and they have done an excellent job. I think the media attention has been quite a bit, but they have been at the forefront of that, been very proactive in providing the information that they can, and I think that our crime investigative division is in excellent hands and very professional, and I think that you're going to see down the road a lot more success and activity. I like their communication with the media and the public, and I think that so hopefully you will get to meet them soon, all 4 of them together. Okay, all right.
All right, for the month of July, we had a total of 865.76 overtime hours, totaling $27,902.99. 63 hours are reimbursable for the Dollar General warehouse security, and then $283.33 a month for school traffic.
Riveting report, thank you.
Exciting stuff.
Okay, all right, Greg.
For the month of July 2026, Scottsville Water, Gas, Sewer, Sanitation, Street Departments are as follows. In the Water Department, we repaired 2 water leaks, read 2,476 water meters, flushing hydrants, replumbed 3 meter sets, performed 2 taps, and installed 2 water meters, changed out 1 water meter. Gas Department, we inspected rectifiers, performed odorant tests, read 1,185 gas meters, performed a tabletop emergency drill with a gas crew. That's an annual thing we do. Performed an annual also review of our gas manuals, installed 2 gas taps and 2 gas meters, and held our monthly gas safety class. Sanitation Department, we hauled 41 loads of garbage. Sewer Department, we installed a riser on a manhole on Elm Street. Street Department, we hauled 15 loads of brush, hauled 1 load of recyclables, hauled several loads of gravel for stockpiling, performed weekly vehicle and park inspections, replaced sections of a storm drain on Cemetery Street and West Cherry Street, repaired, seeded, and strawed 3 yards, worked on water plant lights, cleaned out fence row at the new flagpole location on Veterans Memorial Highway, framed up a wall and installed a new door at the police department, mowing out right-of-ways, and removed debris around the bridge on Cemetery Street. Notes, we also had various vehicles and equipment were serviced, 20 in total by Andy. And Bobby Luttrell and Sons are working on the I&I project, performing point repairs. If you see the company going around town on various streets with patches, that's what they're doing. Also, we ran double garbage route one day due to a holiday, and we dug a 6-inch force main at the high school for their project. We're spending a lot of time out there locating lines for that, and that's gonna be an ongoing thing. We also went to Bowling Green Police Department and disassembled desks and brought back something that Danny and them had worked out in the Bowling Green Police Department where they provided them or gave them a bunch of.
Desk and monitors too?
Yes.
Yeah, those are all donated by the police department.
And completed 150 work orders ranging from line locates and shut-offs, garbage can tracking, and master meter readings and more.
So, just the I&I project, it seems to be moving. We had a meeting, last week?
Yes.
Progress meeting monthly, and everybody seems to be on board that we're on track. Everything's going. Of course, you're finding a few things. The last camera we had was 4 years ago. They were cameraing it also, so you're finding a few issues over 4 years that come through, but we're addressing them as we go. It's going to be a really good project.
Yeah, very impressed with that company. They don't mess around, and they are allowing Jada and the crew to come and GIS those point repairs, so we'll have them in our system. And but they don't mess around, and they don't care to get dirty, so they working hard.
Yeah. Good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Carrie?
Okay, July transit report, 803 riders, 442 of those were AM riders, 361 afternoon riders. We had 96 wheelchair lift assist in service for 22 days. We averaged 36 riders per day, drove 2,539 miles. 64 riders was our top day, and Wednesday was our most popular day with 213 riders. For the month, we're at 5,049 bus rides. Notes, great job by the drivers. Noticed that a bench at Country Place was probably a little unsafe. They got out, checked it, and we got that off the route that day once they noticed it, and took it down, and Bill Turner repaired it that afternoon, so that bench was back. Within 48 hours, that bench was back and repaired in place. So, and that's all due to the drivers noticing this and checking things out. So, great job by our drivers again this month. And right now, we're getting prepared for our annual comprehensive review by the State Transportation Office. They'll be down later this fall inspecting the buses, paperwork, offices. May go by and check a couple of stops this time, so we're trying to get ready for that, for those guys to come down and inspect us.
What was the one day you had like 26 wheelchair lifts in one day, or well, I don't remember.
Yeah,
It was a pretty big number.
26 in one shift, one
shift.
afternoon shift. We had 26 lift assist. And
Right.
that's not all wheelchairs. Some people just have a walker and they can't get up the steps, and we'll put the lift down for them. And yeah, we had 26. That takes a while.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that was a Michael Creek shift.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
yeah. Well, the new guy gets the.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Carrie. Jada?
Good morning. So for the GIS department, it's been a pretty low-key July. We added 16 addresses to our state 911 geodatabase. And we're still working on our fire redistricting. Hallie, our city attorney, had recommended a more formalized document, and we're just collecting chief signatures on that at this point. And then we'll get it sent to the Fire Commission. As far as our utilities, like Greg mentioned, we had 6 utility work orders that we mapped and recorded in July, including 2 water repairs, 1 sewer repair, the stormwater replacement on North Cemetery, and 2 gas meters and service line installations, and continuing to geolocate all of the work that Luttrell and Sons are doing for us on sewer stuff. And as far as our service repair dashboard, we supported tracking for 108 service requests and work orders. We're continuing to have biweekly meetings with our crew to make sure that, we're all on the same page on those things, and creating as-builds for any of the work that they're doing. And as far as our brownfield inventory, we're continuing to engage the public and property owners and pursuing Phase 1 environmental assessments. We had a little bit of engagement on First Friday. We had a lot of fun, had some good feedback from all sorts of people, kids, adults, and we had a good time. So that brought attention to some additional recommendations for potential sites that we can go after, and have those conversations with property owners. As far as our cemeteries project, that's just continued maintenance. We're working with the cemetery manager to just update those throughout the month whenever he gets his monthly report. We are also working with the public health department at the state and the local level. There was some funding that came through to support a feasibility study for shared use paths along Kentucky 100, from about that intersection at Walgreens, at Veterans Memorial, to Franklin Road, to see the feasibility of adding sidewalks, or potentially some bike lanes out there. That's a fully funded project for the preliminary study, and yeah, they're gonna start working on that pretty soon, and we'll have some drafts of what that might look like and costs as well. And yeah, for Allen County work orders, we supported 55 work order requests for their road department. And for animal control, we had 53 reports come through in July, with 7 incidents from animal control and 46 from our 911 dispatch. And just additionally, we have welcomed Embry, who had interned with us for the past year. He's now full-time as a technician, so we're really glad to have him on our team. And we're also wrapping up some of our intern engagement for the summer, so we're gonna have a party tomorrow and get some donuts, and it'll be fun.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jada. Okay, Dylan's not here. Are you gonna do it? Okay, all right, go for it.
Okay, for the month of July 26th, the water treatment plant treated 29,820,000 gallons of water, with an average daily production of 961,935 gallons, with no violations. During the month, the water plant analyzed 1,630 compliance and process control samples, including 80 distribution samples, 20 samples sent to a certified lab for analysis, and 10 regulatory compliance documents were submitted to the EPA and Division of Water. A1 Plumbing came and pumped 45 loads of sludge from the West Lagoon. Labtronics came and done the quarterly calibrations on all lab equipment and turbidimeters at the plant. We got an operator, Kerry Cook, signed up for his Class 2 water treatment exam, which will be in October. And this month, they also flushed 106 fire hydrants on the south and west sides of town.
We try to put that out on social media, that where they're gonna be. Jada usually gives us the parameters, maybe sends a map, that way, cause there's no harm, it's just a matter of going through and doing it, but there's some discoloration and maybe pressure issues, so just wanna make sure that people are aware of that, so, try to get ahead of that a little bit. Cemetery? Wow, you're busy today. Okay, she's gonna wanna raise.
Okay, for the month of July, Crescent Hill Cemetery had 7 burials. Due to the amount of rain, the grass is also growing pretty quick, and they're in full swing on mowing those areas as well.
Yeah. Cemetery's looking really good. A lot of comments. They got some of the trees taken down that need to be taken down and split or rotten or so forth, so that's worked out. So a good job there. Darren's on top of that. Logan?
For the month of July, the wastewater treatment plant completed the monthly flow report, monthly discharge report to state, and monthly smokers report. We treated 20,480,000 gallons of water, received 7 inches of rain, sent 9 loads of pressed dry matter to Glasgow landfill weighing 100 tons, completed 465 pump checks at plant, 930 pump checks performed at pump stations, 1,471 process control tests performed, and 65 analytical tests collected and sent to a certified lab. Some of the projects completed was we cleaned the flush zone on the influent auger, repaired a valve in the press building, GRIP came and completed semi-annual calibrations on all samplers, took apart and cleaned a valve in the influent grit chamber, jetted the scum line on the number 3 clarifier. Young's Electric replaced floats at Baptist Hollow and Clark Farms pump stations, replaced a tracking valve on the belt press, painted all pipes on drying beds and influent station, sent Sumitomo pump and a small lab motor to Brooks for repair, and completed and passed our third quarter biomonitoring.
The paint job looks good.
It's looking a lot better.
Yeah, good, brighten it up, thank you. Okay, volunteer fire department employee, Lauren Cherry, you wanna read the report?
Sure. For the month of July, Scottsville Fire Department recorded 5 structure fires, 3 alarm calls, 8 wrecks, 1 vehicle fire, 1 grass or field fire, 2 trash fires, 1 control burn, and 3 miscellaneous calls for a total calls of service of 24.
Just a couple of notes before we adjourn. Of course, Thursday starts school. July 15th, there was a new school bus safety law effective. There are some exceptions, but they must, drivers, and this has already been out a lot, and I probably should have reviewed this with Chad, but drivers must stop for a school bus or church bus displaying its stop arm and flashing red lights on either side, unless the only exception is there's a barrier. So you might want to review that. And Chris and I talk about this on the radio all the time. It's a shame we even have to talk about school bus safety because it's a little hard to miss a big yellow bus. But believe it or not, I've actually been where we got past, and the bus got past in a curve. Kids were getting off on the right side, fortunately, but it was ridiculous anyway. And I couldn't chase him down because the bus was on top, but I was going to get a license plate anyway. Another thing. But, so there is a lot more accountability to drivers. And so I think that hopefully there'll be some educating the public. We start. The city, do they do traffic stops or traffic patrol in the morning, counting in the afternoon for school, or how's that work? Or is it just a mix? Mix, okay, yeah. So that's when there's an issue or something on 31E, it is amazing how much traffic is on that road. A large traffic, house trailers being pulled over to eastern Kentucky. Believe me, I know that's where most of them are got to be going. And so it's very important that our officers are visible and that, there's a lot of distracted driving. But you would think in a school zone with the big flashing 35-mile-per-hour lights, or whatever, they would be able to see that, but you'd be surprised. So anyway, first day, Thursday of school, it's always an exciting time. We've got 2 first-grade mothers here today, so you all get to walk them in. They do it just one day now, right? Walk in one day? Okay, yeah, so anyway. So that's something to be thinking about. Also, the city app. We got a new app. It's got a lot of good stuff on it. They got the notification working now, so if we send out an alert, you get a buzz or a bit ding, so it really works out well. So if you haven't downloaded that, it's free, just like riding the bus. So, we're inflation proof here, okay? Anyway, but I've got a flyer. If you're interested in it to see what it does, it's on the Facebook page and so forth. Other than that, any more other business?
You mentioned school beginning Thursday. Wednesday night at 6:30, there's a community-wide prayer service at the school, at High School Auditorium. 6:30.
That's awesome.
Wednesday night. It's the night before school starts.
Yeah, White Plains had their
If you're not doing anything Wednesday night, you're not at church, come on out.
White Plains had their prayer walk last night.
Yeah.
At 6 o'clock. Went to all the schools. It's pretty cool.
We'll be in the auditorium.
Well, it wasn't cool.
No, it wasn't cool. It was hot.
But it was awesome. Yeah, okay. And White Plains has done that for, I think it's a big tradition, 20 years, maybe at least, something like that. Anyway, just blessing every school, Board of Education, all the employees, bus drivers, everything. It was a very good service. So, okay, if nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Nobody wants to leave? Okay.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?